Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. I had to come before you to discuss this unknown number documentary on Netflix. Have you gotten into her? I tried to give y'all a little bit because I've been watched it, but I tried to give the people some time to take a gander. And if you haven't, go watch it. So this is centered around two teenagers. Well, a few teenagers, but we got two that are our main. That the story is mainly about. Lauren and Owen. These two met in, I want to say this met in middle school or something like that. Might have been high school, but they were, they had the puppy love thing going on. They were kids, they were dating, their families were getting along. And honestly, guys, right straight away, that was a red flag for me. That is such a, let me not say that, because there are some Black families that also encourage teenage love. There are black families that do that. I was gonna say that's such a Caucasian thing for for you to be okay with your 12-year-old daughter having a boyfriend that is always at your house, and y'all are you taking them to the movies. Like, you're just encouraging a full-on relationship between kids. My mama just didn't play. I mean, just most Black mamas is like, that's your little friend. That's your little friend. That's your little friend. I ain't even like, if I was talking to a boy on the phone that I might have, because please, do you think that the only boyfriend that my mother and father have ever met is my husband? And he ain't the only boyfriend that I've had. But when your parents are strict like mine was, you had to hide all them boyfriends. But you talk to somebody on the phone, they like tell mama I said, hey, yeah, right. Yeah, right. I'm not telling her you said hey. She doesn't even know you. She doesn't even know anything about you. So to hear that these kids, their families were just encouraging this, they 12, 13 years old in a relationship that carried on into high school. Their families, they traveled together and all of that. It's just like, why y'all didn't redirect them back to the school books? That's what you need to be in relation with. The school books. Get your schooling. Okay? Worrying about no boy. Worrying about no little girl. Get your schoolwork. That was their problem. That was their number one problem, is encouraging this young stuff here. Anyway, that's not even a part of the plot. I really harped on that because I don't understand it. But anyway, they were together, and I want to say that, was it her senior year or was it ninth grade? It might have been her freshman year. Either way, once they got to high school, Lauren started receiving texts, that were off color, like some of them, it was cyberbullying. It was cyberbullying, making her feel bad about her appearance, making her feel bad about herself, talking about Owen, painting a picture like Owen is cheating on her. Owen doesn't like you. You don't give blowjobs. Owen loves it over here because I'm riding dick and sucking dick and doing this and doing that. I mean, the messages were just, okay, explicit messages. And not only was Lauren receiving the messages, receiving the bullying, the cyberbullying, also her boyfriend Owen. And sorry, I thought somebody was pulling up in my driveway. It's the yard man. Anyway, back to the review. They both were receiving the threatening messages, the dirty, the nasty messages, all of that. They were mean and nasty and just horrible. And of course, this is causing both sets of parents to, be in a panic. What's going on? Who's doing this? They're trying to wean people out, like they're going up to the school and trying to get to the bottom of it. They got the superintendent involved. We getting everybody involved to get down to the bottom of who is cyberbullying these kids, because eventually the messages just turned. They just went so left that this is either a teenager or an adult. The subject matter, they were calling her Lo, which is a family nickname. So who is this? Like you had to be close to her to refer to her in that way. And still, they still couldn't figure out who it was. They were grasping at straws, bringing everybody involved in that they could bring in. Eventually, this got to the police and the FBI, and we're bringing everybody in. We have to bring everybody in because the bullying was so, it was like profusely, like texting all day, 8 hours a day, just getting texts. You just at school, your phone just blowing up with texts from this unknown number. There was no way to track it because I feel like it's an unknown number, so it's different each time. It's somebody calling you and texting you from a burner, from a trap phone. The poor kids just going through. There were messages directed at Lauren, encouraging her to unalive herself, telling her to just do it, all of that. Same with Owen. Owen is getting the messages. She's getting the messages. Then there's another teenage girl who they suspected. Now see, this girl here, I can believe she was absolutely a mean girl, a bully. She and Owen were friends, but she ain't like Lauren. She and Lauren ain't get along because she liked Owen. Owen had her in the friend zone though, and she ain't like that. And so she was number one suspect, but she didn't do it. And her parents pegged me as because this is a very small town at that. This is a very small town. The population is small. Your teachers, they all went to high school together. Everybody in the community knows one another. It's one of those very small towns. The sheriff knows the principal. They all went to high school together. So the parents know the other parents. They all went to school together. The school is one school at that, from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. So you just in one building, your whole matriculation. And the thought left my mind. I had to pause to bring it back. What is that? I'm talking and it just dissipated. Anyway, before it happens again, I was saying that the people all know each other from high school. It was a small town or whatever. So the parents of that mean girl, they were automatically like, they automatically had negative things to say about Lauren's family, about her parents and Owen's parents and all of that. Really, really hyping up their daughter though. She's this and she's that. She's the most popular girl in school, and she's the people don't like her because she's popular, and she's so popular, and she gets good grades, and she's athletic, and she's a bully, which is why she's number one suspect. We're not gonna do that. Y'all are not gonna pretend like she wasn't mean to Lauren and we shouldn't look into her. Granted, the bullying started happening to her as well. Them text messages started going her way. So now we got 3 teenagers being accosted and cyberbullied. Absolutely not. They're still investigating, still looking into things, still trying to dive deep and find out what's going on. And once we do have the FBI involved, y'all not gonna believe it. Y'all not gonna believe who it was the entire time. Her damn mama. Her damn mama. And her mother tried to say that this wasn't about Owen. It was absolutely about Owen. Mama got mental health issues. Inexcusable. We're not justifying it at all. And the fact that she sat her ass up there trying to justify things, saying stuff like, well, it's not, we all are one mistake away. Like we all have broken the law at some point. You've gotten a ticket for speeding. Girl, this is not that. This is not that. You went out your way to create this fake persona, messaging your daughter for hours on end, and your daughter and her boyfriend for hours on end, and the stuff you were saying, excuse me, all that about sucking peen and taking dick and all of that. And we talking about kids. She tried to say that initially it didn't start with her, but with her just trying to find who it was, she just went into a deep. She went into a deep dive into, down a dark hole of trying to figure this out, and it just turned into this. It just snowballed. Bitch, it was you from jump. It was you from the beginning. We're not buying that. I'm not believing that you picked up where the person left off. So what happened to the other person? Did they just stop messaging? It was you all along, crazy. Her own sister even said that she's an attention whore. She loves attention. The attention on somebody else, she's going to dance in the background and do some shit to get the attention back on her. Uh-huh. She got personality disorder or something? I don't even care. Throw her ass in jail. She should have went to jail. I think she did do a little time for this because, excuse me, she out because she was in the interview as well. Crying and carrying on. Like, we should have empathy for her. So what about you encouraging your own child to commit suicide? Oh, I know she wouldn't have done it. You don't know shit. Now, what if she had acted on this? Then you'd be going down for murder, you bitch. Because then that's happened as well. This girl, that's also on Netflix, right? It's a whole, is it Hulu? I think it was Hulu that covered that story about the teenager that cyber bullied a friend or somebody into, it was her boyfriend. Cyber bullied her boy, not bullied him, but she coerced him and like gave him the extra push to commit suicide. Like they had a pact, but he the only one gone. Murderer. Mm-hmm. They had to get her ass too. And they should have got this mama for a lot worse. But, we can't just tack on any old charge we want to tack on. But I don't understand. I also don't understand this. Lauren has forgiven her mom. She needs her mom. She doesn't want to do this life without her mom. As soon as that daddy found out, he was like, get out. He came home and was like, what? Get out. Get your stuff and you got to go. You got to go, you got to go, you got to go. You got to go. You come back another day. Today, I want you out. I want you out. And I couldn't believe that the daughter she was literally just sitting there. Just sitting there looking cheap while her mama hugging all in her face, all over her, like she didn't just ruin her life. Like she wasn't cyberbullying her for the past, didn't it go on for like 2 years? Or a year? Something like, it don't matter. 2 damn months is too long to be dealing with some cyberbullying. Honestly, I don't know. And it explains a lot. She wouldn't change the girl's number. I don't want to. Why not? Why not? Because once the number was changed, that would have been it. You didn't want to change the number because you the one doing the texting. Owen felt like she was obsessed with him as well. Owen felt like she was a little bit, too doting on him. Always wanted to do something for him. Always wanted to be up under him, wanted to be around, all of that. She was just, it was going a little bit beyond a mother-son type of situation. Like, what, you was jealous of your daughter? It happens. There are mothers out there jealous of their daughters, which is so strange. It is so strange. It really is. Like, I'd never be jealous of Eden. She's the little version of me. Jealous for what? She's just like me. I don't understand. Granted, I think that when the jealousy comes in, when you're the mother that didn't get to be a certain someone, you didn't get to do certain things, you weren't who you wanted to be at that stage, and to see your child thrive, flourish, do the thing, it makes you feel away. But it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't get having that type of mentality. This was a really good documentary. I really wasn't expecting that bomb to drop. Like, I was expecting for it to be like y'all's and they next door neighbor or something. It definitely was gonna be an unusual suspect. But yo, mama, they were 13. I pulled up an article. They were 13 when they began getting the suspicious text messages from the unknown number. This was back in 2020. And of course, things as the person progressed with these messages, it kind of picked up, with threats and aggression and all of that. Yeah, she was arrested. I had to make sure. I had to make sure sis did some type of time. She did. She was sentenced to 19 months to 5 years in prison. Of course, she was probably out way sooner than that, because she done did this damn. She did this interview, and I wouldn't show my face. That is just the thing of it all for me. You ain't ashamed. You ain't ashamed to show your face. You done sat up here and did a whole Netflix documentary. I can't even believe her. She don't have no remorse. Let her tell it. It was just her mental state. She just mentally, something was off. I would never speak to her again. I would never speak to her again. And Lauren asked, she says she need her mama. And granted, we do. We definitely need our mothers, especially in them 20-something. When you 20-something, you really need your mama. Definitely. So I don't blame her for wanting to forgive and move on, because it's your mother. However, your mama is crazy, and your mama got some shit with her. Your mama told you to commit suicide. Your mama told you to unalive yourself. And you want to be cool with her? And she gonna say, well, I knew she wouldn't have done it. I know my daughter. You don't know shit about nothing, honestly, because do you not understand how many times that has happened to a teenager, and then they go through with that because they were pressured so much? It was so stressful. It just they couldn't withstand all of that. They didn't have the wherewithal to fight off all that negativity and toxicity. Everybody's not strong like that. There are a lot of kids are not strong in that way. They're not emotionally mature. And you was banking on your daughter being one of the emotionally mature ones, and she wouldn't do nothing to herself. I'm just saying it. Leave me alone. Anyway, that's really all I got for this. I ain't got much more to say about her. I did enjoy the documentary. However, the subject matter was a bit much. It was a bit much because what? You was doing that to your daughter? I can't get over it. I can't get over that it was her mama. I really can't. Anyway. Owen and the girl, of course, they ended up breaking up. That broke them up for sure. And he's since moved on. They never spoke to each other again after that, after being so in love and so, you know, engulfed in their puppy love relationship, their young love. And now they don't say nothing to each other, walk right past one another in the schoolhouse now. It's really unfortunate. It really is. Two families just shook up, all because mama bored. She done got fired. That was another thing, lying about going to work. She ain't going to work. She's sitting at the house 8 hours a day texting. I don't get how she wasn't caught ahead of that. Like, where was she at doing? Well, she would. I guess she would wait until nobody was in the house, and then that's when she would. Let me hurry up because these folk done got on. They done started on the yard now. So I ain't trying to hear the lawnmower in the video. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.